El gringo.
Loco.
Let's talk safety. A year ago, I witnessed an armed robbery right on this spot. I was standing across the street there, about where that blue umbrella is. So it was a fair-skinned white woman with blonde hair, an obvious gringo, and she had a big white bag over her shoulder. These two guys, they came, this is a bike lane right here, but motorcycles and mopeds use it a lot too. These two guys came up behind them on a motorcycle. The guy on the back jumped off. He was wearing a hooded sweatshirt. He had a, looked like a Glock in the pocket of his hooded sweatshirt. Showed it to the lady, took her bag, got back on the motorcycle, and they went that way, and they were gone in seconds. What did she do wrong? The biggest, most obvious thing was she was carrying that huge bag. All right, I would not recommend anybody carry any kind of bag, especially a very large bag, anywhere on the streets here. She probably thought she was, you know, in the clear. She didn't expect any problems because we're here in Zona Rosa. It's the nicest part of Bogota, but it's also where all the gringos hang out. So if you want to rob a gringo, where are you going to go? Zona Rosa. Okay? So she wasn't as safe as she thought. And because she thought she was safe, she was totally oblivious to what was going on around her. So in addition to this lady being really clueless and unaware of what was going on around her, this is a great situation. This is a good scenario for the bad guys. This bike lane right here is gold for the bad guys. I mean, they can zip up and down this bike lane without a risk of being blocked in by a car or getting stuck in traffic of any kind. I would imagine they probably had a lookout or two on the street, maybe one at both ends, saying, okay, coast is clear, go. And you know, like I said, the whole thing didn't take 20 seconds. So I'm across the street now. The spot where that happened is right over here beside that bench. And where I am now is where I was standing at the time. So let's talk about what the lady could have done differently. The bag is a definite no-no. If you're going to carry a bag at all, it needs to be a small bag. I would just recommend not carrying one. If you're walking with a man, I would definitely have him on the sidewalk closest to the street, and the lady on the inside of the sidewalk. Maybe have the bag between the two of you. I mean, if you had to. When I'm on the street in Colombia, I will take my money and split it up into 2, if not 3 separate stashes. I'll put about 20 bucks worth, maybe 25, that'd be 100,000 pesos, in my right front pants pocket. The pocket that you would instinctively reach into if somebody walked up and said, give me your money. The majority of my cash is gonna be either in my sock or my shoe. And I may have a little bit more in a coat pocket or my left back pocket. But I'm gonna have it split up in some form or another. I acknowledge that I have had my cell phone out for a very long time this afternoon as I film these videos. However, I'm going to suggest that you leave yours in your pocket whenever possible. You do not need to bring attention to yourself when you're on the street in Bogota. Likewise, remember what I said about the 80 to 100,000 pesos in your right front pocket. That's $20 to $25 worth. If you go to pay for something trivial on the street, a drink, a snack, a souvenir, you pull out that amount of money, nobody's gonna blink. But if you pull out a wad, right, maybe 500, 600,000 pesos, you're gonna draw unnecessary attention to yourself. You might have a problem.